Well, officials of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, has sealed up an Abuja-based Chinese supermarket situated at the China General Chamber of Commerce. The FCCPC officials shut the supermarket when they stormed the premises after interrogating Nigerian workers at the supermarket. Nigerians had earlier expressed outrage over a discriminatory policy by the Chinese supermarket, which restricted entry exclusively to its citizens and barred Nigerians. The facility manager of the complex, Shaibu Sanusi, confirmed that Nigerians from outside the complex do not shop, but Nigerians within can access it. Well, let's bring in Adamu Abdullahi, who's acting Executive Vice Chairman, Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, for more on this. First, good to see you and thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
Yes. Well, I understand back in the day you used to be in the media. So how does it feel coming back to the studio after some decades?
Much smaller, as I was saying. When we used to do our lights, you have to carry the crane and start working on it.
Everything used to be very big.
Big.
Massive.
Even the tapes were reel to reel. You have to lace.
Okay.
Interesting times.
I'm hoping this summer we'll have a good chat with you and reminisce on those fine moments you had with the NTA.
Yes, indeed.
Now we're talking about this very sour moment in our national history. Let us in on what your findings are so far.
Okay, let's start with the point of correction. What happened was we did not really seal the supermarket. We just pasted a summons. We found the supermarket locked up when my operatives went there, and all efforts to get in touch with the owner were in vain. We got her phone number, a couple of calls were made. Even the facilities manager decided to call her a couple of times. She refused to pick. So we just pasted the summons. So that summons has now been served. We asked the owner and the management of the supermarket to come to FCCPC tomorrow at 11 and defend what it was that they were supposed to have done. Issue is we cannot just go ahead and take action without hearing their own side of the story. And so far, we have not found them culpable. All we are trying to do, we are there on a fact-finding mission to find out whether all the allegations that have been made were true. And if they were, then we would know what action to take. As of now, we don't have those facts yet.
What exactly does the law say about such conduct if indeed you find out that this supermarket is culpable?
The law is very clear about false, misleading, and deceptive. But essentially, this is discriminatory. They're discriminating especially against Nigerians, your host country. That makes it even worse. The Federal Republic of Nigeria, even from our own constitution, is against discrimination, not talk of the law that governs the FCCPC, our act. So if found culpable, this is a major issue, and it can lead to all sorts of sanctions, beginning with 10% of the turnover for the year. Also, all officers of that company found individually culpable pay 10 million naira each. That's what the law says. But we have to prove, first and foremost, that what the videos claim is true and correct, and hear their own side of the story first before we reach a decision on what should happen to them.
In them proving, sorry, Salai, I mean, is this going to be in the court of law, or exactly, or you're just going to carry out the investigations, and based on the investigations you now...
The FCCPC also has a tribunal.
Right.
That's a high court. So whatever it is that we do, we carry a tribunal along, and whatever decisions we reach. The person who's on whom that decision is made is free to appeal to that tribunal, and the tribunal is also free to come in whenever we have such issues to guide us on what to do. But the law is very specific, very clear on this case. You have done wrong, and this is what the sanctions is when they decide to go to court, then that's when we will have issues. But in as much as we can confirm and prove that what's claimed that they do is true, that they do it, then they are in big trouble.
Well, assuming without considering that, what's the difference between this that is being reported that you're trying to find out, and clubs and associations whereby they have their outlets and people who are non-members can't go in there. We have some prestige clubs in Abuja, in Lagos, where you can't actually go to even get a stick of suya.
Prestige club, you see, that's different from a supermarket. The supermarket, more or less, everybody believes that when there's a supermarket in an area, it should serve the purpose of that area. If you have a prestige club that needs registration before you become a member of that club, of course, you don't allow in non-members.
Yeah.
That's understandable. We're not talking about that at the moment. What we're talking about is that that space should be open so that other people that are in that estate, as well as other Nigerians, can have access and buy things in that store.
In other words, your findings will also include looking to see if there is a membership for that supermarket that allows some specific people to shop there.
Is that even allowed for a supermarket to
have membership? No,
exclusivity?
No.
Let's not be carried away because we're Nigerians. So let's be open-minded on this. If there are such that you register, and it is only because we've seen some other supermarkets, other parts of the world where you can do bulk purchases, and if you're not a member, you can actually come in there and buy things.
But from day one, that is the decision of that supermarket. That's their own style. That's how they do their business. This one is a supermarket that's not like that. Supermarkets are open places open market that you can come and shop. They have never dictated or shown anybody that that's how they were. And even the claim that we're hearing now says that this started happening in January. It's not as if it has been like that all along. It started happening in January this year.
Now, I mean, there are indications that the owner, female, may have, maybe at large now, may have escaped with her family. There are pointers to that effect. If indeed she's escaped the law, what happens to this supermarket? Because you say you have not sealed it. You only just put up some...
They are free to go and open the supermarket right now and do business.
So they're doing business right now as we speak?
If they want to, we don't know.
Okay.
We don't know. But as from tomorrow, when they come to us and we sort it out, fine and good. If they don't come to us tomorrow, then we'll go and seal it. That means nobody can have access to that supermarket without coming to FCCPC. Yes.
It's really unfortunate that this, should be happening in Nigeria. How should Nigerians handle this kind of situation if they find themselves in a situation where they are being discriminated against using what ordinarily should be a public facility like a supermarket? You have seen how we jumped into action immediately we got the report. So Nigerians are free to always report to FCCPC whenever they discover any such discrepancies, and we assure them that we'll do our job. Is there a helpline or toll-free line or something that...
Yes, contact us at fccp.gov.ng is already there. We have all the social media platforms, FCCPC, at FCCPC. We have www.fccp.gov.ng, that's our website. You can lodge a complaint there. Offices in the 6 geopolitical zones are also there physically if you want to come and lodge your complaint.
Right.
And our headquarters is also there to receive your complaint physically, or you can write.
Great. Now, with this experience, I mean, I want to imagine that FCCPC would not stop at this particular Chinese restaurant, Chinese supermarket. Maybe you want to begin to look at, similar...
we are getting all sorts of reports.
Right.
For instance, as of this morning, there was a report of an Indian school in Lagos that the parents, at least one of the parents of the students in that school must be an Indian. That's discriminatory. So these are things that we're just uncovering now. We didn't know existed. So once we
it's always been that way. The Indian school has always been.
So in that case, how do you respond to that situation?
It's just a report for now.
Right.
So we find out where the address is, go and discuss with them and find out. If that's what they do, we tell them it's not right, it's against the law.
So in other words, the whistleblowing aspect of the FCCPC is catching on with many Nigerians. I've seen that you can actually talk to the FCCPC and get yes, good response. And now, quickly here, before I let you go, let's throw this in. We've seen service providers. I know the complaints from Nigerians about service providers are enormous. How is the complaints and resolution going with a lot of people around service providers? For instance, data service providers, internet service providers, and sometimes you don't get service for a number of days because of some downtime. You don't get compensated. You're locked out the moment that time's out. So how is FCCPC helping the consumer?
You see, the way we operate is this: each sector has one sector regulator. Communications, there's an NCC, Nigeria Communications Commission. Anything to do with them, we yield and allow NCC to handle. When they don't, at the umbrella body, we can now come in and intervene, and that's what we normally do. We have found one or two of them that are doing wrong that have been reported to us, and we have also gone ahead and investigated, and when we find them doing things that are wrong, we sanction. And it has worked so far.
Great, that's good to know it's worked so far. Very quickly, in Lagos, we hear FCCPC has started some kind of price control rates, for want of a better word. How is that going, and do you plan to carry out the same thing all across the country? We
are not a price control agency.
No, you're not, but there's,
so what we really do is try to give a fair marketplace so that all markets are open and new entrants can come in. What's happening is that there are now associations, market sellers associations, pure water sellers association, egg sellers, yam sellers. So these are this monopoly that we're trying to break because they connive on fixed prices, and that is against the law. So we're making them understand that's against the law and they should stop it. We're going to give a timeline within which they must do what we're asking them to do. Otherwise, of course, we start going in there to sanction. There are some things that, of course, are beyond us. We have to use security agencies, and we have good rapport with those security agencies, work together and sort problems out.
It's a good place to leave it. Thank you so much. Adamu Abdullahi is Acting Executive Vice Chairman, Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming by.
Appreciate it.